Hey everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. This one is the Lovers reading. So, as always, take a moment, pause the video if you have to choose your pile from down below. And in the description box, I'll have the timestamps so you can go straight to your reading along with the cards that I'm using. So, enjoy. Hi, welcome to your reading, everybody that chose group number 1. And I'll start off in the masculine's headspace. We have two major arcanas there today. And it is the World and Justice in reverse, flipped out. So it could be that this couple is in a state of separation or taking a break, or if not physically, then it could be emotionally. But the masculine's headspace at the moment is deeply processing. It feels like a lot of things on the bigger picture and the smaller picture. Some huge cycles in his life have ended over the last months, years. It feels like huge transformation, and at this point, it feels like the masculine is maybe feeling like a cycle's ended that's been out of his control, or that in the way it ended, it wasn't fair, and is feeling the injustice here. At the end of this cycle, or while sitting and processing the injustices of that situation, or it could be that a cycle has completed now, and he was feeling like that is unjust, and it's out of his control, perhaps. Trying to let go, but feeling like I just feel like he's up against a wall in some way, perhaps, or that he's trying different things and everything's not working out, or something like that. It's things are just a little bit of friction there. It could be within the connection that or otherwise. In the heart space, we have the Sun and the Four of Pentacles. So the masculine could be keeping to himself at this time. Keeping his cards close to his chest, or blocking his heart. The happiness is there. The Sun card is there in the heart space. So there's optimism. There's joy and happiness. There's that awareness there. But at this time, it feels very internal, like needing to just process and take time out to heal, rest, protect self. It could also be that if this is a decision made in the justice system, that a money decision could have been made, and there's a need to protect one's money or assets, and holding that close as well. That could be financial for some people, but for others, I do feel like this is self-protection, feeling a little tender in some ways. The way the masculine is viewing the feminine, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. So gorgeous, nurturing, beautiful, abundant energy here. The masculine is viewing the feminine in a very nice light. This Three of Cups is beautiful, joyful celebrations and friendship. And the Empress speaks for herself. She has the Earth Mother in her fertile womb there. This is stunning energy for the masculine to be viewing the feminine, as perhaps the feminine is holding space if this is separation. If not, if the Empress would imply that the feminine is offering support in her own way, whether that's subtle energetic support if this is separation, or literal physical support. It's very supportive energy. The masculine's desire moving forward. We have the Star and the Death card. Knight of Swords, Five of Swords. Hold them still. So the masculine has a lot of hope for transformation of this situation. The World card is the completion of a cycle, and regardless of if it was unfair or not, the masculine still has that Sun in the heart space, still has the Empress as the way he views the feminine, has hope in the Star card, and transformation in the Death card here in his desire moving forward. So the masculine is perhaps quite up in the headspace at the moment, wanting to find victory here in this situation. Like the Knight of Swords can be very mentally assertive energy, very processing quite a lot, and trying to find perhaps kind of trying to come to terms with some of the loss that's happened, whether it's in this situation in the relationship or in his personal life. But yeah, really trying to use, it's like, I feel like there's a bit of teetering energy between dropping into the heart space and surrendering for the masculine, and trusting that this is all part of the process and that the transformation is part of it too, and to look forward into that with hope here. But then there's other times when I feel the masculine is quite stuck in the head and really struggling with coming to terms with some of the things that have gone on, or it feels very unjust in the masculine's energy. So whether it literally was, or he just feels that way, like perhaps a slight victim mentality could be part of it too here. Just coming to terms. The masculine, I'll do oracle cards at the end. The feminine now, in the headspace, we have 2 sevens, 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, so quite in the headspace too about her investments of her energy and where she's putting her attention and trying to strategize, I feel, as well. The 7 of Swords can be sneaky energy, but these two together, I'm just feeling like this is more strategic energy of how can I nurture this connection? What can I do to the Empress here, trying to nurture, trying to look after, just be you, I guess that's what you can do. But in the headspace about what can I do here? Do I hold space? Do I approach? And there's so many different things you could be going on in your headspace about. This could also be outside of the connection, your own creation, your own career and work, and what you're focusing your attention onto. It could be that you're quite busy with that. I feel like there's the two energies here are busy with their own lives, but there's something going on in between too. There's slight just trying to figure it out, sort of, it feels like, which would make sense because the energy right now is a little bit in the void. We're coming out of one cycle in many ways and stepping into another, and some of that is very unknown, and a lot of it is releasing to create space for more of that unknown, which can be scary, and it's just a lot of processing about how and what. So heart space for the feminine, we have beautiful 6 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. So feeling this connection on a very deep soul level. It could be that you have children together too with the 6 of Cups. Past life connections can be represented by this card as well. Feeling like you've known each other forever, feeling like you are home together and family. But also in the heart space, we have a little indecision, confusion, and it could just be about how do I apply nurturing to this situation? How do we move through this cycle? It's interesting because the way these sat, we've got 7 of Swords, 2 of Swords on either side, so it's like it would show me the similar energy to the masculine, where we're teetering, perhaps, where some moments we are totally invested and sending love to our partner and into this connection, and then other times we're not sure if this is perhaps right for us, or unsure. Uncertainty is there. So there's this teetering energy too with the feminine. Mirrors, huh? Could be twins. So we have the Hermit in reverse and the Moon. Deep emotional internal energy here for the way the feminine is viewing the masculine. So the masculine could be, with the Hermit in reverse, I feel like this could be a carry-on from 2 weeks ago. One of the lovers readings I spoke about somebody who might feel like a bit of a black sheep, or like a misfit, like they're outcast from society in some way. Perhaps they do that to themselves. Perhaps they're just genuinely such a unique person that they they are a bit of a misfit. Perhaps that is the case. But the masculine is the feminine is viewing the masculine in this deeper internal reflective energy, perhaps not reaching out for help. I just do feel there is a bit of separation between this pair. It doesn't have to be physically, it can just be emotionally, mentally withdrawn energy, the masculine here. We have this, just even the colours are stunning. Another thing I noticed for the masculine as well, in his design moving forward, when I pulled the cards out and how he was viewing the feminine, these two cards were above each other like this. So this is his desire, and this is how he views the feminine. So it's this cord up to, it's like, this is my hope, my wish, my everything. He really does want this feminine in his life. This also could be desire for making a baby together too, if that applies. So the feminine's desire moving forward, which is so wonderful. We have the gorgeous King of Cups. We'll start with these two. Beautiful King of Cups in the wheel. So the feminine wants the masculine to reach out and share his emotions, share some of the load, if that applies, to lean on her, to find balance in his emotions, to find healing in his emotions, to soften, if that applies as well. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Cups here. So this is a transformation in the emotional area. Perhaps it's just, I feel it's, the feminine, I feel, is not like pushing, like you need to shift and change and heal this. It's more like just holding space and allowing him to do that. And that's what the feminine's got in this, in the desire moving forward. I do feel it's more feminine. It's not forceful. It's quite understanding. I do feel there's a lot of compassion and understanding coming from the feminine here. A little bit of confusion in some, but still it's there and still holding space. I feel like there's a lot of resilience. Perhaps this group have been through a lot together. Now further into the desire moving forward, we have the Four of Swords, and the Magician. And this is all about that potential and ability to heal and to take rest if needed. And all of these cards together are beautiful transformative cards about the darker, heavier, more painful energies. It's transmuting that. It's moving through it. It's using and building upon our skill set. It's using that skill set and building upon it. Applying some of the tools we've got, trying new things, working through this struggle, this emotional heaviness, whatever it may be. It could be physical illness as well with the Four of Swords. There could be a physical problem that's needing healing and rest, and the right nurturing for. So moving to the outcome cards, we have the Nine of Wands, so resilience, the Three of Pentacles, teamwork, and the Six of Swords, transitioning. So it's a bit of a storyline here. There may be more of this guardedness, but it looks to me that the pair come together here with teamwork, cooperation, leaning on each other, moving through this hard time into more smoother energy, smoother waters, coming together and working together, more harmony coming in. It may take a little bit of time and it may be challenging to work together and to get to this point, but it's coming. It'll happen naturally, I do feel. Not yet, but very soon. And this is just a release of this heavy emotional stuff. So I feel the feminine is sending intention and love and support and talking to the masculine spirit guides and even his higher self about how to move through this, if that applies. If not, just sending that intention of Reiki energy, I feel, if that applies, or pranic healing distance, whatever it is you specialize in or do. I do feel that intention, the energetic work being done from the feminine there. And like I said before, it doesn't feel forceful. It's more a genuine holding space, unconditional love energy. Well, at times I don't feel like it's. I feel like it's teetering. So I feel like the feminine must know when to connect and send that love, and when to give space and perhaps just focus on her own thing for a while. Into the oracle cards, we have a beautiful card transformation for the masculine. So more of this death card energy, more transmutation, all the stuff we've been talking about. Moving through the dark to reach the light is what's happening here, slowly but surely. From the beautiful new romance cards, which I will be putting on the love readings now. I think I mentioned them a while ago. They finally arrived. New beginnings. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. For the masculine. Transformation and new beginnings. Okay. Feminine, we have trust your intuition. And I do feel that is in regards to when to connect, when to give space, when to fill your own cup, just knowing, like moving through the cycles, moving through any of the harder times as well, like moments of anxiety or moments of uncertainty or overwhelm in any which way, knowing how to attend to yourself in that moment, using your intuition, intuitively guiding yourself through any of the motions. And oh, look at that, I love this one. I love that image so much. And this one is embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. And that sort of does talk about that undoubtable soulmate connection between you both. There's such a tenderness between you both. Okay, and the last one, a beautiful image here. And it says, wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. And of course, it will unfold, it will come, you got it, yeah. I see this couple coming back together, working together, you know, working through some of the choppier stuff, and smoothing things out. I definitely see things coming back into harmony over the next week. Could be a little longer. We'll see next week when we check back in, and I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you next time. Hey, welcome everyone who chose group number 2, and I'm going to jump straight into the masculine's headspace here. The headspace for the masculine, very fresh energy, the full 0 point, and the Ace of Wands. There is an intense flame lit for the masculine, and there seems to have been something come up for this connection, and the masculine wants either another chance or new chance to start again, if that applies. The flame lit for the feminine is so intensely burning inside him, and I just feel, or don't get hung up in the gender for the masculine, and yeah, there's this intense desire to keep that flame lit, to start again, to work on anything that may be strained at this time, to move through that together. There's so much desire for a new beginning or a new opportunity, or to take things to the next level, if that applies. This could be a brand new fresh beginning, like for some people it could be, because we have got fresh cards here. For a lot of people though, I do think there's a lot between these two people. Could be either way. Everyone's on a different timeline here, and so take it how it applies. But yeah, it's either a fresh new connection, or, which I feel most people it is, wanting fresh energy to come in, having that flame lit, so much passion and desire, and ideas about the future and possibilities coming from the masculine. In the heart space, we have earthly energy here, pentacles everywhere, 10 of them. 10 of Pentacles on the Page of Pentacles. I feel this is a manifestation to bring things to the next level, a deeper level of commitment for the masculine. He could be thinking along the lines of marriage, working together in business, just taking things to the next level of commitment, whether that's moving in together, if that's or you know, whatever that next level may be for you. Deeper commitment here, looking at the bigger picture, really wanting to show up and make that happen with this Page of Pentacles. An offering of the masculine is from his genuine heart space, like my flame is lit for you, and I am offering, like, let's make this life together. Very it feels very sincere. I do love that. I love the energy I'm feeling from the masculine in that. It's very genuine. Now in the way the masculine is viewing the feminine, and seeing that she's showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here, and as such pentacle energy, it could be that the masculine is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but what I'm seeing here when I see that he views her as the Queen of Pentacles with all that other pentacles in his energy, it just speaks about how much the masculine really feels like this is the person for him. Like, there couldn't be a better match, just ticking every single box. So I feel that there could be space taken between these. There could be that you're in separation or silence, whether it's emotionally withdrawn or physically taking a break. It could be the case. but yeah, this is deep reflective energy. The masculine is viewing the feminine perhaps in consideration or contemplation about an offer, if the offer's already been made, or just the situation, really looking. This feminine has, I feel, shown up in her integrity in this connection. I want to say the whole way through. I mean, we all make mistakes and stuff, but I do feel like this feminine here has really held herself in this connection. And with the Judgment card, it does talk about perhaps really sitting with a huge decision about this connection, or about a judgment being made here. But taking time, feminine's taking time with that choice, if that applies. So the desire moving forward for the masculine, more talk about deeper commitment with the two major arcanas, the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. So really wanting that karmic wheel to turn, wanting to see destiny unfold in a way that brings you together in union. The masculine wants to see, deeper commitment here with marriage, and using the experiences to gain higher wisdom, coming together, working together. This is very very I choose you type of energy the masculine would like to see in the desire moving forward, grounding this connection into something more committed, deeper, more unified. I feel also that the masculine may have been in a position where perhaps he's made his offer, he's done what he needs to do, and perhaps the ball is in the feminine's court. Perhaps the masculine feels that the ball is in the universe's court too. That could be the case, and so it's a little bit waiting for divine intervention to happen here, or if it's the feminine's choice that needs to be made, to wait for her. But wanting to see the wheel turn, whether that's destiny or the feminine that turns it. Okay, feminine's headspace now. Not so enthusiastic at this time. 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Feeling a little bit stuck in this situation. Perhaps this could be talking about physical exhaustion, headaches. I feel for some people getting here perhaps a little bit too stuck in the mind and giving themselves a headache. I feel a lot of constricting, not sure, like just sort of frozen in the headlights almost. Quite heavy energy for the feminine to be moving through in the headspace, quite stuck up there, and it's it's like, I want to say that the feminine knows that it's not like she's stuck. She knows she's in this place. She knows she can lift herself out of it, but she also understands divine timing and the processing that she's in. So it's not like wishing herself out of this position so much. A little bit, like it's not comfortable, but knowing that she needs to move through, not around or over, but through. In the heart space, I hope that made sense. In the heart space, we've got 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. So the feminine is feeling quite abundant within her own right, within her own life. And like I said, she knows how to get herself out of things and like lift herself up out of things. And that's spoken about here with the 9 of Pentacles, because this is somebody who is self-made, self-sufficient, has all of the skills and tools and abundance around her to utilize to her advantage and to take care of herself. This is somebody who knows how to make things happen. This is the step before the Queen of Pentacles. There's a very capable young woman here. And in the heart space, it's remembering that and not getting caught up in whatever this connection has brought to you in this feeling of stuckness or this whatever, there's a deep need to withdraw. It doesn't mean forever for all of these couples, but for the feminine, she needs to honor herself here, I feel, and either end this connection if that's what she's feeling deep in her heart space, or at least take space to fill her own cup here. And this doesn't have to be literal ending of the connection. I do feel for a lot of people here that it would be, and that the feminine is feeling that way. This could also be the ending of the old cycle if this couple are working together here and wanting to bring about this 10 of Pentacles, 9, 10 of Pentacles we've got in the heart space of both people. It's very, very much looking at the future, looking at Like this is realistic thinking right now. Is what do we want to build? Don't want to waste any more time where we're not going to build. And let's build this properly if we are going to do it together, separately, whatever. This is just very, it feels like Saturn influenced energy. Not surprised having it move back into Capricorn at this time. We're really looking at what we're building. Very grounded. So the feminine's viewing the masculine as the the Hanged Man and the Four of Wands. In suspension, waiting for this perhaps reply of proposal. If it was a marriage proposal that happened, the masculine is wanting with the Four of Wands this marriage-like connection, and he's sort of waiting in suspense for whether the wheel to turn, whether, like I said before, whether that was karmic destiny unfolding or the feminine's choice, whatever it was. The masculine is sort of, I feel, waiting for a response there, or waiting for reconnection, if that applies. I feel the masculine is trying his best to come from a place of understanding and compassion and not force. And yeah, I feel such sincerity from this masculine in this reading. So in the feminine's desire moving forward, we have the Temperance card and the Two of Swords. So a little bit uncertain, but wanting to just be balanced, wanting to have harmony and peace in each step forward, wanting to be clear. So that means taking time, taking a step back to get clear. The feminine is in such uncertain energy, but all she does know is the Nine of Pentacles in her heart space. I do feel like there's just so much ending. Is it right? Is it like, it's just like holding on to something that needs to go, uncertain, like convinced that it needs to go at one point, but then could it work, and a lot of like holding on to potential. But regardless of all of that, outside of all of that, if I'm speaking to the feminine right now, this is what you know in your heart space, and it's that you are so self-sufficient and capable and abundant, and you don't need anything or anyone else to complete you. Oh, hell no. Oh, I feel that, like, woof. If you want to take anything from this reading, that is it. All right. I'm feeling firm now. Okay, so yeah, little uncertainty, just wanting to be balanced. I resonate with that myself. Just wanting harmony, to be balanced, to apply moderation and patience to the situation, to not rush trying to figure it out. Just a lot of self-care applied, and just moving through each step of the way. It does feel like quite a lot, like hearing a lot of noise, whether that's energy noise, I don't know. Could be just noise in the mind. There's a lot of noise, details of the situation. There's stuff around me. I feel it, I hear it, buzzing. You could have ringing in your ears lately. Could be the case. Okay, so in the outcome, we have the Eight of Cups. So walking away from that which does not serve. The Death card, transformation and endings. And the Seven of Wands, which can be quite challenging energy, but it is activated here at the solar plexus. This is I can energy. This is believing in yourself. So as challenging as this situation may be, it's allowing that which does not serve to fall away. It's self-care, and it's allowing transformation to wrap its hands and fingers around you. And really, this is allowing the universe to do its work, working with the universe to release as well. Not just, the Seven of Wands does talk about this will be a challenging thing to put down, a challenging end, but I see so much capability, as always. Okay, so in the Oracle cards, for the masculine, we have a beautiful card, Surrender. And from the Romance deck, which will be now featured in all the love readings, yay, finally arrived. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer to what feels right. And that's for the masculine. So surrendering to what he already knows feels right. And it could have been that this has been, not something come up quickly. It could have been aware that the feminine has been feeling this way, and perhaps needs to accept that Yeah, deep in his heart, he may have already known. So in the Feminine's Oracle cards, we have the beautiful card Embrace Change. And that can be definitely said for those that are finding it harder to let go. It's really, yeah, there's so much love there. Still, I do feel like a genuine, beautiful connection between these two people. So of course it's going to be hard to let go. And the other oracle card is close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. And one card, a bridging card between you both in the love deck, and it is Only Time Will Tell. And yeah, this is an unfolding. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm sending a lot of love to the people in this group. And I'm looking forward to checking in again next week. I will try my very best to make sure I get the lovers reading out next week, because it does feel like a time when we don't really want to be missing that extra guidance in our loving connections. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you next time. Hi, welcome everyone who chose group number 3. I'm going to jump straight into the headspace. Sorry, I'm still like feeling, I was like reading, getting my messages through and still feeling the messages. It's a lot of fun, this one, I think. Okay, so starting off from the masculine's headspace, we have the 4 of Swords and the Star. This feels like a huge life transition to me. This is needing to take a bit of time out to process what's going on as well at this time. And I'm now at the 3rd reading, and I've seen the pattern in the collective again today. The collective pattern has been that need for space and processing some things. Each group had an element of that. So it could be physical separation. It could be a mental, emotional separation. But either way, all the groups I read for today did have an element of separation. And so that could be reflective of the twin flame journey for some people. And for others, it could just be the need to process. There is so much hope in the masculine's headspace, but also a bit of overwhelm. There's this calling from his heart space. It's like what I see here for this is inspiration, this cord coming down to the heart space. Sometimes I see this as hope out to the universe and sending it out. But in this case, I'm feeling the cord, the energy come down the cord from the universe as divine guidance. It could be coming through as synchronicities or serendipitous happenings. But this is overwhelming, needing to process what's coming in and just take some time. I feel like there's a lot of life change here for this person, for this masculine, because for some people I see that this may be separation because potentially the masculine is still in a commitment with somebody else. It could be third party situation, it could be third party, or it could be just that hasn't finished with that other cycle, that person, whatever they need to complete, or whatever it is. Everyone's a little different. It may not be another person at all, but for a lot of people here, and I'll see it comes through the cards a fair bit, where the masculine might be still involved with a wife or something like that, and this is a connection yet to come. So in the heart space, we have the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Again, look at this. Teetering energy is actually what I've seen in all the readings as well. So more collective energy report here would be that teetering energy. 1 minute we're quite hopeful and ready for the next step and to just bravely step into the unfolding, the unknown, the abyss. And other moments it's holding on to the past and a lot of fear and, ooh, how's it going to work out? And is this right? And all that stuff coming up for all of us. I'm seeing it in the collective. I'm seeing it in myself. So in the head and heart, we've got this, really needing to withdraw, take rest, feeling a little bit mentally in overdrive, and then that gentle heart knowing. And then we've got that soulmate, beautiful knowing, that coming together, the harmony in the beautiful 2 of Cups. Such gorgeous, fulfilling, nurturing, wonderful energy. So balanced and harmonious and just giving, right? Giving and receiving. And then we've got the Nine of Swords. Something's blocking this. Something, and it's in the mental realm. It's an idea. It's a belief. It's a responsibility. It's something. Something here has come up in the heart space to block this beautiful flow of love. And that's probably why we're needing, the masculine's headspace, a bit of withdrawal at this time. Because it's just like, it feels life altering with that star card next to it. It feels like, yeah. Feels like, yeah. Right. So in the way the masculine's viewing the feminine here, we've got Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So what I got, I think the Ace of Cups flipped out with it as well, but I'm only taking 2 for each group, so I put it back. And I think it was coming out to be the balance here, where there's teetering energy again. So it's that would be the Ace of Cups, and that could perhaps be the Queen of Swords, that more grounded, logical thinking. And the feminine sort of, I feel, maybe trying to protect her heart a little bit here. It's very invested. And like juggling, like if this is a connection that hasn't come together because there's still another party that needs to finish up with, or something like that, some sort of thing that hasn't finished, or some sort of, whatever the prevention is from union here, if that applies. I just feel the feminine's just like, really processing how much she's invested into this connection, and not wanting to get her heart broken if that's the case, but still feeling it, like totally here, and perhaps getting the chance to speak her truth on some of this juggling energy she's feeling. If she's feeling a little bit like uncertain, it could be getting the chance to express that to the masculine. The masculine, this is how the masculine's viewing the feminine too. So she could also be going through her own huge changes in her own life, and just also viewing her as very capable and perceptive with the Queen of Swords. Very capable, intelligent person who is, yeah, I feel like both parties here have gone within. So the masculine's viewing the desire moving forward, and this is interesting. We've got the Hierophant and the Emperor. So for those that the masculine has a partner they haven't finished the connection with, or is still in that breakup, it could be speaking here of perhaps the Hierophant being that marriage connection, and the Empress was the next one along. So it's that transition and healing from the old connection to move into something with the Empress here, to put himself in a position where he's got the space to welcome her into his life, if that applies. If it doesn't, if there is no other person, which could be the case, like, this is wanting to take this connection to another level, to a deeper level of commitment. The Empress is such wonderful, abundant and fertile energy, and the Hierophant is that higher learning. It can be very traditional connection, so living together sort of stuff, or marriage commitment. The masculine perhaps is uncertain if the feminine will accept. He could be in doubt of if she would even say yes. Maybe that's coming up here a little bit too. Yeah. So in the feminine's headspace, we have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Now, this has been the most playful energy we've seen in the readings all day, so it is very serious processing going on, but let's enjoy this for a second. Beautiful wish fulfillment. So the feminine wants nothing more than for this masculine to just come forward and express anything you got. Just send me some love. Like, it's like romance would be wonderful, or playfulness, joy, anything. Just come to me. Just come to me, I hear her saying. I don't mind. There's so much love and joy and like excitement, just pure excitement from the feminine about this connection and about the masculine. Now, in the heart space, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, the feminine, I feel this is very grounded, saying, I'm here. Like, it's almost as if to say, you're going to have to come to me. And again, that would talk about if the masculine was in another connection. Finish that and then come to me. I'm here. I'm committed. I am nurturing this connection. I'm nurturing my own creation. I am self-made. I am powerful. It's really, I'm watching too. I feel the feminine is watching the masculine, perhaps even over analyzing all of his moves as well. I get that feeling here, watching every single thing he applies his energy to, whether that's physically watching with you live nearby or such, or through social media, or energetically, or just through talking. That could be the case. But it does feel like a little bit of, yeah, maybe overanalyzing from the feminine's point, because just the way she's intently looking at each little, just wanting to know all the details of this person, wanting to know every facet of his being, wanting to know where his energy is directed, what is he manifesting, like just in and outs, wanting to know. I feel with that very, very grounded, present with the connection. Perhaps it takes a little bit yeah, okay. In the feminine viewing the masculine, okay, we got the the King of Cups and the Four of Cups. A more contemplative energy, like this Four of Swords in the headspace. He is not only processing that mental energy and thoughts and things, all the implications of this connection and whatever it is haunting him with the Nine of Swords. Yes. I lost my train of thought for a second there. So yeah, we've in the headspace processing deeply these the swords of the mental realm, the cups of the emotional realm. So in contemplation of his heart's desires, of where his emotional fulfillment would come from. And the other reason I said that there may be this isn't a union come together fully yet is because we have one King of Cups, a Queen of Swords, and a Queen of Pentacles. Just none of these pairs match. Not to say you don't match. We've got the Two of Cups, and in the outcome we've got the Lovers. So total alignment and soulmate energy. But in the in like the overview of where this connection stands at this time, I feel like there's three individuals involved here that are all not on the same page yet, or perhaps never meant to be. You know what I mean? All right, I'll just leave that. But anyway, King of Cups in feminine sees the masculine as in touch with his emotions, I feel, but perhaps holding them to himself, perhaps holding back and just processing what's going on in his life. And because the feminine is watching the masculine intently, so she doesn't miss a beat. When she views the masculine in this energy, it's because he's in that energy. Very psychic feminine here. I mean, I feel psychic energy, but it could just be that you're watching on social media. I think everyone's a little bit psychic, but anyway. So in the feminine's design moving forward, the Fool and the Sun. Let's have this new beginning. Let's bring in the joy. Let's create. The Sun is all about creation. It is it's that source energy light. Let's do this. Let's just fall into it already. The feminine's, I want nothing more than for you to come towards me with this Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, like you would bring me so much emotional fulfillment and happiness. This is my biggest wish come true. Very, very, so much love from the feminine here. And the desire is to let's get this going. If that applies. The Fool and the Sun card. There's so much potential, and the feminine's ready to really see that happen, especially with this Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles in the heart space. As much as that's the feminine watching the masculine here, I did see that. I also see that as the feminine watching, the feminine invested here in this connection, and this is all the energy she's already fed into this connection, and little seeds that she's planted and nurturing to watch grow. I feel like the Fool would be the water, and the Sun, let's grow this plant, let's water it, let's give it sunshine, let's nurture it, let's make it happen. That's what I feel there. So in the oracle cards for the masculine, we've got the beautiful card, Be Bold. Be bold with your decisions, and only time will tell. Only time will tell. and that just talks about not rushing. Hey, there's a process going on. For the masculine, it's deeply internal. The feminine feels more holding space, sending love, quite present. The masculine, quite internal. So give yourself time. If I'm speaking to the masculine there. Now for the feminine, we have the beautiful card, My Power. Remembering your power, right? And then the gorgeous card, Soulmate. So your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. That alongside with My Power and those beautiful orange and yellow, so that's solar plexus and sacral, very creative, manifesting energy. Remember your power and your ability to manifest and attract your soulmate. Believe this and they will manifest physically, right? And then the bridging card between you both is time. You are trying too hard. Time, give it time. God, I couldn't get that out. Trying too hard, right? So just give it space. Give it space. Trust, believe, get on with what you're doing. Give it space. Absolutely. Oh, and the outcome cards, I didn't even do those. Okay, outcome cards. We have Strength, the Nine of Wands, and the Lovers, right? Give it time. This is a resilient card. This goes through the tests of... Someone tried to call me. So this is resilient energy. It shows that the connection has stood against the test of time. Perhaps it's been through quite a lot together, even if it hasn't formed its solid foundations yet itself. But all these things that you've been through together, or the resilience it requires from you, only helps you build your strengths and build the connection. This is coming into alignment with the Lovers card. Beautiful soulmate energy. So as I do feel that there's perhaps, it's going to take a fair bit of strength. It's going to be a journey. But I do feel this couple come together. Just not yet. Together in spirit, that's for sure. I'm going to leave that one there. That was really nice. And I look forward to connecting again next week. Bye.